Inflation's at an all-time low. For small businesses and entrepreneurs, including accountant bookkeepers, it's the best of times and the worst of times, because all the tools that are available to me as a consumer and us as a consumer are all available to you people as well. But boy, do you have to hustle all of a sudden, because the amount of data that's being produced, sorting through what's useful, what's not, what's my competitors doing, how do I stay on top of all this stuff? It's led to like the craziest time that I've ever been involved with in the course of my business career, because it's never stopping. The data's coming at us all the time, and the decisions have to be made quickly. It's exhausting, frankly, it's exhausting. So in the midst of all this chaos, I want to tell you a little story about a company I built. And before, I got to check, but before the introduction, I always have to check in. I don't take anything for granted. How many people in the room before I got introduced had heard of the brand Lavalife? Okay. I think it's most of the room, and that's kind of gratifying. You know, we swung above our weight for a while there. We led the world in social networking. We were one of the first. We did a lot of things wrong. We never made it above $100 million, but for a while there, we led the world. So good to hear people have heard of it. How many people have used the brand, just out of curiosity? A good chunk of this room is full of shit. But this is the problem we had, right? This was the problem we had. And the reason I can say that with so much confidence, I don't mean to insult the room, but I can say it with confidence, is because it's a data-driven business and the stats don't lie. I mean, I saw one half hand in the back. That's bullshit, right? But this is the problem we had. You know, people figured if you had to use technology to get a date, it must mean you couldn't get a date any other way. So there's a huge stigma attached to the category that we had to overcome. And I got to admit, the first brand we launched with was a brand called Telepersonals. It launched in the late 80s, arguably the first social network